Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and welcome back to my Path of Radiance reverse recruitment run. And so, as always, I'm joined by Casual Jacob. How are you doing today, Jacob?
I thought this was a Largo solo.
You wish. You would get to see more spinnies if it were.
Look at him spin.
I did one time make a version of FE9 for you that I called Bullfighter Emblem, where Titania got replaced by Tyronio. Oh, look at that! Clean!
At this perfect one round!
Clean.
God, imagine trying to solo FE9 with a unit. Oh my god.
I could never. I could never.
That'd be madness.
Madness? You mean discarding a card so you can cast it?
Sure.
All my MTG heads will get that one. So, this map is the reason that I haven't spent the stat boosters on Joffrey yet. Because while he seems like the obvious candidate, he's also, like, pretty sufficient, regardless. And so I kind of want to see how, our Pegasus Knight, Tanith, looks. And if she's got, like, salvageable stats, and if she does, I'll probably just throw all the stat boosters on her, because, like, early flyer,
Yeah.
And I love Tanith. Tanith's, like, so cool.
Now thinking about it, isn't Tanith, like, level 11 promoted whenever you recruit her, usually?
Yeah, so if she gets leveled down to Mia's area, less than ideal.
Yeah, she's gonna take a little bit of a hit.
Just a teensy bit.
But hey, it'll be fun to have her.
It'll be nice to have a flyer. And, like, look at her, like, she's got a cute little, like, green unit palette.
Yeah. I think it looks very nice.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Whee!
There we go. Ready for some more whoosh, 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 whoosh. I do like that with the 3D models in this, you can tell, like, what weapon they're using. Like, the iron versus steel look different from each other. I know that's also true of, like, the Fates games and stuff, but I like it better here for some reason. Probably nostalgia. I
think it would have been hilarious if she just died to the arrow. Like, I don't think it would have killed.
We can test. We have the short spear. We can test.
Or we could just run the numbers. We could just check the... I think it's an iron bow.
Yeah, it's probably an iron bow. It could be a steel bow, though.
Oh, these guys got
like,
steel
there's
bows.
spooky steel bows over here.
God, that'd be hilarious. Just Tanith dies for existing. I also like how this
unbalanced reverse recruitment moment.
Hi, I'm Tanith.
Hi, I'm a thief. So she has renewal, and she starts with reinforce, but you can't call it.
It doesn't work until, like,
there's actual reinforced data, yeah.
There.
Those stats are phenomenal. Are you fucking kidding me? 9 strength, 10 defense, 18 speed at level 6?
Let's go ahead and do the thing I've been doing for the other units. FE9 unit.
It's so Jover.
Let's see. How does Marcia look versus this?
It's so Jover. Like, we win the game. We just won the game.
Yeah. Parody!
We did remove his terrain bonuses, thank God. Thank God we just removed his terrain bonuses. I don't know what we would have done if he still had his scary terrain bonuses.
Wow, these are just way higher than Marcia's bases in every way.
And Marcia's already, like, the best unit in the game.
It's a single point of strength, 2 points of defense, and, like, 9 points of speed.
This is incredible.
She's so good.
Okay, we'll do this.
Tanith has better growth rate.
Yeah, I feel like FE9 has, like, the Path of Radiance philosophy. Where it's just like, of course it does, they're the same gay. I feel like it has, like, the FE7 philosophy, where it's just like, hey, here's a pre-promote who's just better in every way. Have fun.
The only thing Marcia has is 15% more speed, but with like an 8 lead, I don't think that matters.
Also, look at the generic model. I actually love it. She kind of looks like a goth girl. You don't like it?
She looks nice. Oh, no, I do like it. I really like it.
Oh, I thought you said I actually don't like it, and I was like, oh.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, I guess we have different tastes then.
Oh, how much does the archer guy do again? How much would he have done to what's her name?
Well, he has a steel bow, so that would have been 18. Plus his 5 strength 23. Is 23 versus her, what, 10 defense? 13? This is so funny. This is so funny. Like, I've always said that Path of Radiance is a bit too hard, so I'm glad that they made it easier in reverse recruitment.
This is basically just easy mode.
It really is. Our invincible duo. Yeah, so like, those stat boosters are going to Tanith.
Just carry. Or we give them all to Bastion.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Here's the thing, if we promote Bastion, he loses his generic model. And that would be tragic.
What's upsetting is he's doing this right now, but I think we checked and he had higher bases than Soren.
I know.
Soren.
Always lost in your books. Okay, can Largo kill the archer? And if so, can Khalil survive the soldier? 12, yes, okay.
It'll put her in Wrath range.
Kills the archer. Well, she doesn't have Wrath.
I know.
This is Khalil. She has Nihil.
Yo!
Like, okay, so this might be like Colossus and crit. What the fuck is going on with Largo?
Largo's going crazy.
So this might like be significantly easier than vanilla Path of Radiance, which is already the second easiest game in the franchise. But it's still fun because we get to see Largo pop off. If anything,
yeah,
the animations are actually making this experience better, not worse.
We get to see Largo do the funny. We also get to see Khalil get
skill and luck.
Hey, that's like 3 extra hit.
True, she'll never miss now.
Yo, Bastion.
Not only is Bastion like have better stats than Soren, but he's using Elwind instead of Wind.
True.
Like, truly, Soren is one of the units of all time.
Soren is carried completely by his character. You know what? If you like him for his character, that's cool.
Yeah, Path of Radiance is an easy enough game that like, just use your favorites. It just so happens that my favorites are the ones with funny numbers.
Oh, use only my favorite units? My favorites are Seth, Titania, Marcus.
You see, you say that, and I think that's fine. There are people who say, like... I feel like there's sort of the... I don't know, maybe we're about to get controversial.
Uh-oh.
But there was, like, the discourse about efficiency a few months ago, and how, like, efficiency players are so toxic because they stop people from using who they... Oh, I should have let this guy live. I just realized I needed to let this guy live to open a chest for me. Oh wait, no, I'll get the chest keys, it's fine.
Yeah, you get chest keys. Hammer!
But yeah, now he's gonna hammer all the armor knights. So there was like efficiency discourse a couple of months ago about how like efficiency or like players who optimize are toxic because they're stopping you from using who you want. But I genuinely think like, don't get me wrong, there are a few people like that. I've encountered some like really shitty LTCers. I hate using the word elitist, but I know I can think of at least one person off the top of my head who like fits that description, right? But I feel like much more often there are people who would fit the casual description who get really mad anytime that any sort of like optimal play is brought up. I feel like I encounter that much more often than I do people who are like upset if you play the game in a non-optimal way. You know, like there's the copy pasta about like, what is wrong with you people not using Gilliam? But like, there are people who actually act that way. And I think that toxic casuals are a genuine problem in the same way that toxic elitists are. And so the whole like, well, I'm using Seth, Titania, and Frederick because they're my favorites thing, like, I don't know, I've encountered some people who would genuinely have a problem with you doing that. And I guess the main takeaway, hopefully this will be uncontroversial. Fire Emblem is a single-player game, and if you don't like the way that someone else is playing, I've got some very good news for you. It doesn't impact your experience at all.
True.
So if you're, like, upset that someone is, like, making Amelia into a general, and you're gonna get mad about that, don't. And if you're upset
Public
that someone is choosing to like solo the game with Seth, don't. Try don'ting. Also, is Largo gonna fucking die? Okay,
nah,
good. He
Largo's
dodged.
Immortal.
He dodged. I think he genuinely might have died if he didn't. So there's this guy, and then there's a soldier who can attack him.
Oh, he's dodged like 3 enemies while you were saying all that. He totally could have. Wait.
This will be fine.
No way.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay.
Look at how gamer she is. We can't even see if she would have died or not, because the forecast.
I know.
Don't you love Path of Radiance? Isn't this such a good game?
It's funny, because I do love this game.
I do too. It's like, so here's the thing, right? Is like, this game has some significant issues that I will never pretend don't exist. But also, this was my introduction to the franchise, and so, like, by the power of nostalgia, it is still top 3 at all times in terms of, like, favorites. Also, hello.
Some enemies. I feel that I am the same way about Sacred Stones. That game has some real flaws that should not be forgiven, but you know what? I really kind of don't care. So...
Yeah? Based.
I can't wait for us to try to recruit this guy again.
Yeah, why is Hara generic is what I want to know. Like, he should just have his promoted palette, but I guess red because Shannon? Question mark?
Maybe? Or it could just be that this game is hard to...
Yeah, modding is hard.
Yeah. Do we want to, like, sip a Wolverine?
No, I think we're actually fine. Yeah, they both kill.
Oh, yeah. We simply kill.
Like, this is the Khalil training arc.
Remember, the best healers are DPS, because killing the enemy is mitigating future damage.
Well, also, she was dealing effective damage to him because he was holding his lance upwards like a lightning rod. God, wouldn't it be cool if there was, like, different stances you could have your Fire Emblem units hold their weapons in that affected things?
That'd be kind of neat. I remember thinking for like a while that I found it weird that wind magic was what did the effective damage versus flyers and not lightning magic.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're up in the air, you get struck by lightning. I know the idea is like the wind blows you around so like you fall off your Pegasus or something, but I don't know. I remember always thinking it felt like it made more sense in my head for the lightning magic to do effective damage.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think you're correct in that head.
But hey, at least Radiant Dawn fixed this issue by making Wyverns weak against lightning magic.
Yeah, but not arrows.
I bet Jeffrey would do just fine with a Slim Lance as well.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But
he'll do more with the, like, because it's Armor Knights, though, he'll do more with the Iron
Yeah.
Lance. And we can grab the Armor Slayer with Lucia.
Yo, armor slaying!
And wait, who has it?
Is it on Tanith?
We'll get it later. We'll get it now. She'll
so
be able to
funny
reach
to think-
whoever.
It's really funny to think about and state without context. On my most recent Path of Radiance playthrough, I broke both armor slayers you get.
Yeah. Well, I know the context. So, like, I get it. It's not a very good weapon, but, like, I get it.
And I was craving a third one.
But didn't you have the Sonic Sword?
I did, but gosh, I think I broke the Sonic Sword on the final map after hammering it 3 times.
Did you ever use the Rune Sword? Or did Mist not get to a high enough sword rank? This was a Mist solo, by the way.
Yeah, it was a Mist solo. I did get the Rune Sword, but I think I broke it relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was more worth to hammer in the Sonic Sword than the Rune Sword, because the Sonic Sword has, like, what, 25 or 30 uses?
Mm-hmm.
And the Rune Sword only has 15, so I was like, eh. I'd rather, like, preserve the Sonic Sword, and I used pretty much every single use of that Sonic Sword. If I had a nickel for every time I sold
That's not the Miracle! Oh wait, the Miracle's in the other one, isn't it? Yeah, Ward is normal.
Yeah, I think this is the only barrier staff in the game, funnily enough.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna matter. Resistance stats actually tend to be pretty high in this game, but good to know.
I've never broken it. I usually just... I can't think of very many times I ever use it.
I will probably use it to try to get Alencia's staff rank up.
I can see that. Just use it as, like, barrier spam.
I don't actually know how much it gives. She's only at Mend right now. So, no, she does not yet.
I definitely know Ward is C, because my plan was I was going to Ward spam Mist up to promotion, but she can't use it at base.
Did you know that the weapon ranks in this work, like, you just get brought up, it's like Echo's stats, but for weapon rank?
Oh yeah, I remember seeing something like that. But I remember some of them being really low. Like, don't mages go to, like, D in all magic types when they promote?
Yeah, which is why Khalil having C in everything is actually huge. Because it means she can use bolting. Or she can use all the C-stones. Which is, like,
I think
big deal.
I think, like, paladins get bumped up to D in all weapon ranks if they're lower. Which, hey, that's kind of cool.
I think like, the mages will get, like... I think it's is it all D and then, like... one of this gets brought up to C or something? I forget. There's something... I don't know.
I think it's all D, but usually you're focus firing one of your mages on one magic type anyways, so it's usually above C by that point.
I know it's, like, really hard to get multiple Siege Tomes on anyone who's not named Khalil or Bastion.
Oh, definitely.
Bastion just being, like, worse than Khalil and also joining later than her is incredibly tragic.
It is. Because I like Bastion.
I mean, he speaks in iambic pentameter, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. I admire that.
It was a real missed opportunity when I gave up the FA9 cast personal skills video, and I, like, just didn't give him a skill related to iambic pentameter at all. Really missed opportunity. Hopefully I'll fix that in Radiant Dawn, a game where he is very relevant and exists for a long time.
You can give him a skill like Mitama's Haiku skill, except you have to line your units up to match up the poetry style, and they gain HP off of it.
Yeah, but, like, iambic pentameter would be so much more complicated than Haiku, because Haiku is just 575, but iambic pentameter is, like...
funnier.
Yeah, it's...
I barely remember what it is. I remember very little of, like, poetry format and how it's, like, written and spoken.
So it has to do with Louise's husband, actually.
I know it has to do with, like, you, like, accent certain words and your lines are so many syllables long or something.
I was just making the pent joke.
Oh.
Louise's husband. It's pent.
Okay. I didn't pick up on that one over my head. I was too busy going into, like, nerding out over something I barely know anything about.
Generic Pegasus girl go whoosh.
I was going to comment that Fire Emblem is always really good about having, like, really good generics or whatever, but I guess this one wasn't super intentional for us to see. So it's funny that it looks so good.
Yeah, because I feel like it doesn't even look like the generic enemy pegs. Which,
Yeah.
do we even face any?
When do you fight enemy pegs in this game?
Yeah, I can't think of any. Oh, there's some enemy pegs in the forest in Oliver's Woods.
Right. I remember thinking that about FE8 the other day. I was thinking about FE8 and I was like, at least like maybe we can use bows for whenever you fight flyers in. And like I blanked. I was like, wait, when do you even fight flyers in FE8? Your first ones you fight are like chapter 10 on both routes.
Cormac Squad.
Yeah, there's like Cormac Squad in chapter 10, and then like the
Gargoyles?
Pegasus and Falconite Squad in chapter 10.
Gargoyles on Ghost Ship and the various monster maps.
Yeah, you fight Gargoyles in chapter 11 on both routes. But yeah, I don't know. I just took like psychic damage that day, thinking about like, oh, the first enemy flyers you actually face are like chapter 10.
Oh shit, Colossus actually makes the difference because he was only dealing 19.
Yeah. That's wow. Colossus actually mattered.
You saw it here first. The historic first ever Colossus mattered moment. Fuck.
No. I mean, you could drop the 13 irons.
I should have checked to see that it was droppable.
I always forget that this map is route.
Yeah, it's a little obnoxious, TBH.
Route is an objective that I usually find very difficult for a map to like justify why it's route.
Yeah, I think that route is one of the worst objectives. Like, survive and defend are worse, but I think route consistently just makes... It's not impossible to make a good route map, but just it's consistently not fun maps.
Probably just because there's more route maps, so like there's more misses than...
I mean, like, the thing is that, like, a bad defend map just requires you to, like, hit and turn a bunch. A bad route map, just is
you have to, like,
a drawn-out slog of killing non-threatening units, or a drawn-out slog of killing threatening units. Like, even when the enemies are legitimately a threat to you, I still don't think it's good because it's annoying.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, like, instances of route maps that feel like they should be route, but I cannot remember what they are.
One of the route maps I think is really good is Engaged Chapter 12, actually. Because
Which one is that again?
So it's the desert map where you get Fagato, Bunet, and Pandreo. Oh. You get your first Warp Staff on that map if you're not doing a DLC playthrough. And on enemy phase turn 2, very scary Wolf Knights show up that you just don't want to deal with. And so you're heavily incentivized to route the map within 2 turns. And you just got access to Lyn, you just got access to Lucina, and you just got access to your first Warp Staff. So you have a lot of tools, and you've had a lot of second seals, so you can send people into, like, various, like, high move classes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so it feels like it's a good introduction to Warp Staves, because we get introduced to Warp Ragnarok in Chapter 4. This is a great cutscene. I'm gonna get demonetized, but this is a great cutscene, so we'll play it.
It's cool. We'll let it play.
Father? No. Where are you? He's so quiet, too. Like, why is Ike so quiet here? I remember having to turn the TV volume up so high. And then we flash to this. I quote this line all the time, and nobody ever gets what I'm referencing.
I do the same thing with other lines.
Stay back! Here comes the line. Get ready.
Here. Here's this blade. What are you doing? I've been waiting for this for a long time. I would prefer it if you use your proper weapon so that I might see you at your full strength. General Gawain, rider of Dain. was my name. Once.
But I threw it away.
Threw it away. The only
New weapon I need is right here.
is right here.
I quote that all the goddamn time. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Cool
Because
line.
nobody's played
I
Path
like
of
it.
Radiance.
I remember you. Think you can defeat me? The man who taught you how to fight?
Yes, actually.
What a fool. Come on, boy. Come try me.
Also, Grail, would it have killed you to address him as Zelgius so we didn't have to deal with this, like, mystery for 2 whole games and then Heroes spoils it?
I can't believe this. I can't believe Grail is freaking dead.
No challenge. No resistance.
Oh, shit! The Black Knight killed Grail because Grail didn't have resistance. This
What no pure water does
proves
to a man.
This proves that Res is actually the best stat because the Black Knight would not have been able to kill Grail if Grail had Res stat.
This is so sad.
Alexa, play Despacito.
Cool music.
Subscribble.